Hi, in this lecture I wanted to add a little extra when it comes to where do you begin your story. Now we're talking about starting writing at this point in the course, and I wanted to give you a little guidance as far as where to start your writing. Traditional locations to begin your writing for most writers would be the beginning, or in the case of such things as backward told stories, maybe the end, or what I'm going to propose to you is somewhere in the middle. Now, I'm going to tell you a story here, and it's about me editing some of my peers' writing in creative writing class in junior college. And one in particular, it was the story that the guy was intrigued with the name of the pizza parlor, and the pizza parlor had a history, and the guy had a history, and all of this stuff was going on, and he was gay, and all of these things, which he began with to write his story. And I read through all of this and thought, why am I invested in this, or why should I invest myself in this when I know nothing about the story? Realize you have very few words at the beginning of your story to catch someone's attention. Now, eventually I read he got a phone call that said that his brother was dead. And it was like, finally, I had found the beginning of the story. What do you think? It's 2 sentences. Does it grab you? It certainly grabs me. I want to know what happened to cause this brother to die. Who is this that's receiving the call? All of the things that had been provided previously in this story, which bored me to tears, I'm now eager to find out about. The point is, I could tell you many places to begin your story, but to me, begin your story with the most interesting part. I can now write the backstory. I can write about who the brother was and what the relationship was and whether it was good or that one brother was gay and the name of the pizza parlor and where he worked. All of these things I can now work into the story as world building or backstory to characters and so on. But I need to get something to grab the people at the beginning. Now, I'm also going to talk to you about how to develop backstory as part of your story so you don't just bore people with paragraphs of backstory. But right now we're talking about where to begin your story. I received a phone call. My brother was dead. Now imagine how deeply those words are going to resonate with a lot of people that have experienced hardship, and most people have. This is going to draw you in. This is where the story began for me. And it wasn't at the beginning. It wasn't at the end. I doubt it was at the middle. It's at the most interesting part. And I've had arguments with my wife about whether you can teach writing or not. I think you can by pointing out these things. Where to start a story. I can't in every case tell you where to start a story. I can't give you a simple checklist. All I can say is you're going to get that grabbing scene, and that's what you're going to use to grab your reader. And to extend this, you're going to do the very same thing with every scene or chapter that you write. Think of cliffhangers. Think of opening sentences to bring people into the next chapter or scene in the series. All of these things are grabbers that you're writing. And what you're looking at is not necessarily beginning at the beginning of the next chapter or scene. Maybe you're talking about beginning somewhere towards the middle. And you're going to fill in some backstory. And then eventually you're going to catch up and you're going to finish your story. So, begin with the most interesting part of your story or chapter. Think about it, and I'll see you in the next lecture.